welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. Yes, I've still got the flu. I don't know whether you can tell or not. And it's been about 2 days since the last recording. Yeah, about 2 days. And I've been quite busy in my flu-induced coma. So, let's start with power. Power got built. A lot of power. Basically because, hang on, let's look at a power pole. We'd used up the 4.5 gigawatts that we were producing. Now, according to this, we can do about 10. But I'm still worried about the new changes to the nuclear power plants, which will render most of this useless, and a whole new system will have to come up, which will end up going down here somewhere. I'll end up filling in this lake so we can put our pumps exactly where we want them. So yes, that's a when I update, when I'm ready to update. In the meantime, I decided to go. I decided to finally build some solar. Because with the nerf to the way heat pipes work, it looks like solar is still going to be something we're going to have to deal with. So I decided, look, with all this empty space that we're not really using, any resources that were here we've pretty much mined out, apart from this little bit of coal and this little bit of copper. Bugger it, let's start placing some solar. So I've built a solar train. Now, when it gets here, you can see it unloads into with filter inserters, right, into set boxes, and it's a 1-3-1, which works. It's far from ideal, but it works. Come on, train, where are you? That must be him. Yeah, that's him. So he'll fill up these boxes a certain amount. We have storage boxes here in the middle, which will automatically, whatever rubbish we don't need. I'm still in map view, that's why. You go in there, and you go in there, and you go in there. When the robots go and dig up some trees or dig up some rock, they'll put it obviously in storage, and storage will auto dump into the train, which will then take it back to base, put it in active providers, and empty it back into the network somewhere. Right. In the meantime, back to map view rather. In the meantime, these robots will automatically build out this solar farm. Because you can see all the robot ports are linked, and the train will just go back and forth and just keep placing solar endlessly, pretty much. There's 50 bots in here so far, and I'm actually going to double it to 100. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll actually end up ripping up these existing solar fields I've got back at home base, and have the train auto-place them over here, out of our way. At the same time, I've done a little bit of outposting, right, to try and get rid of these resources out here that we're going to end up building over. And I finally got some of these first starters places, starter intermediates up and running. So we've got a green circuit build, which, 563,000 in logistics storage. It works quite well, very, very well, I would say. So, same story, it's much the same as the smelters, right? Brings in iron in the top row, copper in the bottom row, takes green circuits out in the middle, and at the moment this one's set to go to home base. So it's basically removing our need to make green circuits at home base. This is another green circuit build. This train's meant to go down to red circuits, which is not fully set up. Another green circuit build. Again, this train's meant to go down to red circuits. Our red circuit build, which it's getting there. It's still got some teething problems. The train tracks are not set up correctly for the exit yet, so I can't bring red circuits out yet. Another red circuit build. Same story, we're bringing in plastic, we're bringing in copper to make the copper wire. We're bringing in green circuits and we'll take out red circuits. And then finally down here is our blue circuit build, which is a little bit over-engineered, I guess, just a tiny bit. We're bringing sulfuric acid in, which we're pumping into tanks at both ends of the build. And then it's just a shit ton of assembly machines. Oh, and research is still screaming along. Oh, research, yeah, I've done a little bit of research. Let me see. A couple of laser turret damages, couple of bullet damages, crap ton of mining productivity, and as long as it remains the cheapest, like rocket damage, we're firing nukes. Nukes don't need more damage. Cannon shell, it's up to 8,000. These double. The cannon shells, the bullet shells, the grenades, I assume, shotgun damage, laser damage. All of the military ones seem to double each time you do a research. Follower count doesn't. It goes up by set amounts. I can't remember what the set amounts are. About 200-ish, I think. But I haven't even got around to using the destroyer caps yet. So, as mining productivity still seems to be the cheapest, we're going to keep doing that. So yeah, blue circuits, again, we bring in red, we bring in green, well, bring in, I think the top one's red, isn't it? No. We bring in green, we bring in red at the bottom, or in the middle. We take out blue at the bottom. So yeah, I've built in a stacker for the green circuits, because it's required. You'll see when we finally get stuff up and running, but the idea is we can have not just 3 trains for 3 stations, we can have about 7, 8, 10 trains, and they'll stack up in the stacker, and then as the signals change, they'll actually run down to their required stations. It's still taking a little bit of jiggling to get up and running perfectly, and we might have to end up using wire conditions to get it working 100%. But the biggest problem I'm having actually during, whilst I can't think 100% straight, is entry and exits. Because this is copper in, which passes over the iron line, then runs into the station, then runs back out of the station, passes over the iron line a second time. So that needs some jiggling. I don't know how exactly at the moment. It's like trying to build a base with belts without using a single underground belt ever. Everything's got to go around the long way. So I think the end plan will be everything comes in, sort of from the northeast, and everything exits and goes straight to the bottom and then around the whole megastructure and then back in. That's the plan. I don't think it's going to work, because no matter what, we're going to have to cross train somewhere. And the idea is, if you've got to cross tracks, you do it right near a station or something, when then the trains are not moving fast at all. Alright? Because the biggest problem you have is the trains accelerating and decelerating. Alright? Not so much the deceleration with the braking upgrades now, but actually accelerating and getting up to speed. Like, you're pretty much empty. You go there. But you see, they don't take off in a hurry. So if we can do the crossovers right at the end terminals, right, it's not so much of a hassle. Last thing you want to do is get up to speed and then do a crossing here, where it's already going 250 km an hour. It's got to stop and then speed back up again. What else? What else has been done? Main base is slowly getting a workover. We were having a problem not producing enough red circuits after we put in the productivity modules, obviously. So a couple of speed beacons fixed that up. These are actually already built, even though they've still got the stupid blue signal there. I manually put in the modules. Where's my solar train? Oh good, you're coming back, because I need to ride back to home base. copper's built out, and because I've been busy doing outposts, we have about 8 or 10 trains feeding this properly now. So I can now use every station. Actually, and you can see I've now segregated the networks. Right, so they're now 4 separate networks. We've still got fuel being brought in at the bottom, and it's being passed up through this belt structure, which works. It's fueling the trains, that's the bottom line. And I had to niggle these curvy bits, because turns out they were made for a... What are we doing? 312.3? These were made for a 212.3. Or a 310. They were made for a 310.3. So they weren't quite long enough. So they had to have a little bit of a rebuild, which is why they don't look identical anymore. Yeah, and it means all the iron ones also need a rebuild. Yeah, this one's got to come out slightly, which is going to move all the other tracks. Yeah, that's a pain in the ass waiting for another day. Stop. Get on the train. What a place to stop. Wow. What else? So yeah, solar's being built. Power's down. All our oil that we had backed up is gone. We used all of it. In fact, I've had to go around and speed module every oil pump I could find, because we used the whole lot. Same as our coal bunker. Our coal bunker, we emptied it. It was all used up. So yeah, we are chewing through resources, which probably explains our pollution. It's sort of a little bit excessive now. Let's jump out of this train. So, because we're now training in green circuits, we need to cut off all green circuit production. And the way I'm actually going to do that is I'm going to cut off... Well, I'm going to cut off green circuit production mainly up here, because this is where it's mainly being used, and we're actually going through a shit ton of copper, which is causing anything else in the base that needs copper problems. So, using our filter deconstructor, let's just remove the inserters. And we'll remove the inserters on this side as well. Yeah. I've already done the bottom row. I did it and I thought, oh, hang on, I really should show you guys this. Now that copper line just does that one, so we can deconstruct that, plus that, plus that, plus that, and then all of that. Now the idea is hopefully it will end up draining whatever copper wire we've got in the system, which it's already done. So we want to filter. We want to filter assemblies, inserter, long-handed inserter, done. Because I don't want to have to go through and repower everything. Just want to rip off what we've got. That'll do. And then we do that half. Now our inventory fills up with shit. I do not want the assemblers. Auto trash. Blue belt should be an auto trash. Must have used it for something to get off auto trash. Long-handed inserters can go away. Copper. Copper wire. Iron plate. More modules. Yeah, that's a green circuit going into there. Because I'm not bringing red circuits in yet. So I'm going to make sure any spot where we were injecting green circuits into any of these builds is now done with stack inserters and requester boxes. Let's do this lot as well. Scrap. Scrap. One of the many reasons I'm doing this is, if you look up in the top right, you'll see our UPS is dropping. We're below 60 again, even when I'm not doing mass deconstructions. But if we turn on detail, no. Time usage, this is it. Gameplay is up to 18 and its entity update is 14. Which just means we have too many things moving around. Now, having a giant bot network with 1,000 or 10,000 Logibots is one of our big problems. We could have 10,000 Logibots if they're in networks of 1,000 or less. It's just the problem is it's a massive network. So we just need to cut out the crap we don't need. And as I said, because we've now got green circuits being made off-site and brought in, they can go. We don't need that iron or that iron. We don't need those. We do not need that iron belt or that iron belt or this green circuit belt or this green circuit belt. Go away, bots. We don't need that mishmash. We don't need that. 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 We don't need that, and I can remove that one. That's a good start. Sorry about that. Like I said, still got the man flu. Still barking from time to time. It's fun. It's fun. I'm so over it. On the upside, I'm getting plenty of Factorio done. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Or that one. You're a green circuit injection, which goes. Question. You go through there and through there. So what's in that one? Nothing. Well, that should also be green circuits. So all through. Bloody crap in the inventory. We have all the iron. Aha! So green circuits going there, there, and then this one must also be doing green circuits to somewhere. Up to here. Okay. You be gone. You be gone. You be gone. You be gone. All of you be gone. You be gone. You, 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 and you. Plus you, plus you, plus you, plus you. Okay. Iron. Is this any of this iron doing anything? No. So we want active providers on those, 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 and that lot, and that lot. And then we want to start ripping up this iron belt in its entirety. It was very pretty, but it'd be gone now. That was green. Green chips. No, it must have been copper. Yeah, it was a copper belt. we've probably got slight charging problems. It's alright, I don't mind. You lot can be demolished as well. Alright. So we got requesters down here to feed up to these belts to go here. Let's just replace those three and move them up to there. Now they're done. We don't need any of that shit. Don't need that. Don't need any of that. Let's get a map view. So much quicker. Don't need that. 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 Or that. Or that. The death of the starter base. Bit by bit by bit. Now honestly, what I should be doing to keep my UPS as high as possible is to take the whole starter base and pack it in a box, essentially, or one giant train, and then go build each of the things I want to go build. Come on. Right. Each of the modules I want to build, and then yeah, then I just don't need the starter base. The catch with that is, one, it's boring as fuck. Two, it means you've really got to hope that your starter base has built everything you need to then build your final base. Because if you run short anywhere along the line, you can't build basic things because you went destroyed it all. No, blue circuit's getting enough green circuits, so that's that problem sorted. Let's get out of this mess. Red circuits is getting enough greens from the looks of it, because this still hasn't moved. So you're actually not doing anything, so you can go away. And you can go away, and you can go away, and you can go away, you can go away. So can you, so can you. I'm going to have so much blue and underground belt left over. It's not going to be funny. I don't know what I'm going to do with it all. Maybe you could launch it to space for my next factory. You know, start off with blue belt. 10 bazillion tiles of blue belt. That seems like something good to do with it. Yeah. You're not quite getting enough. Actually, can I build on the other side of the belt? I can. Because you're not needed. None of you is needed. You're not needed. You're not needed. Great. Not great. We're not quite getting enough green circuits through here at the end. So if I double this up, we'll be good. Go away copper. Go away inserters. More inserters. Logibots, I don't need them either. I definitely don't need that many. Alright. Now, because we're having stuff trained in now, these two very large builds of green circuits, we should be able to trash. Yeah, we've got 600,000 in the network. Green circuits, so you can be trashed. far away so my personal bots stop picking up shit. And that's a very important thing that I should really point out if you guys are going to go around and deconstruct major bases. Little intermediates like copper cable, make sure you're using them somewhere. I have my beacon maker is requesting in copper cable, so thankfully it all should end up here and all should end up getting used. Otherwise, I just end up with a crack ton of it sitting in the logic network doing nothing. Don't need beacon, don't need beacon, don't need miners, don't need more copper cable. So, yeah, it's not delivering fast enough, but it should all end up in here and getting used at least, rather than just sitting around doing nothing. Look at my bots go, they found something to eat. What else? So, now that's a big chunk of the base eaten up. Let's see if there's absolutely anything else that's making green circuits that we can scrap. That's our science build. Yeah, you're making green circuits. Do you still have to make green circuits? 1, 2, 3. I'm just looking how many requester boxes I can put down. 4, 5. That iron needs to stay. Yeah, the copper. The copper will need to stay as well. So by scrapping this, I'm looking at like 30 requester boxes. It's probably not worth it. But red circuits are being made. They're going into substations, which is not being fed fast enough because it's relying on this shitty build. And we've got a green circuit down here. And plastic. Okay, so you're making green circuits which are going into red circuits and into halfway across the map. Okay. Come on, bots. Come home. Alright. Those green circuits are coming over there. They're doing all of these, plus all of these. Wow, that's quite a lot for one little circuit factory to be doing. But everything's backed up, so it's obviously keeping up. And the iron comes in from up here, which I can't scrap either. I guess I could scrap the iron. If I scrap the green circuits, I could then scrap the iron. That's the way it works. But I really, and this is pissing me off, the fact this belt was screwed up. There we go. Yeah, that'll have to wait until I'm actually getting red circuits trained in, which will be very shortly. In the meantime, after looking at those red circuits, that means I still have plastic being made here, which again we don't need. Where is our plastic build? Here. We could scrap this, because now we've got plastic being trained in. Plastic goes up through here, across here, yep, belted halfway across the map, and then runs into those. I'm a little bit loath to destroy this just yet. Yeah, especially as it's not being also fueled by Logibots. Alright, again, then I wait for red circuits. So once we're training in red circuits, I can scrap our plastic build, I can scrap all of our red circuits, which is a shit ton of assemblers with a shit ton of modules. I can scrap this green circuit build, I can scrap this red circuit build, I could change over all these requests to be requester boxes. I can't really do anything about that, being that it's engines. We don't really have a off-site production of engines in any way, shape or form. But all these green circuits can come in via bots as well. That's wrong. Oh, no, it's not wrong. I just stole the green circuits off the end to make construction robots. Of course. Yeah, it'll be another half the base gone, pretty much. Green circuits. We don't have 400k in the system, but this train's waiting to empty. Pretty much. So, again, deconstruct option tool and say goodbye. And as you can see, the constant flood of copper robots we had coming across here has died off, because now we're only using probably 1/10 the copper we were using. Oh shit, we've got another green circuit build here. Fuck, I didn't even know I'd put in a third one, which is not running. Research is maxed out. That's why it's not running. Well, that'll solve that problem. So yeah, that pretty much brings you guys up to date. I am literally just going around and getting these things up and running bit by bit, and deconstructing large pieces of the base, and building solar. You know, slowly and surely, bit by bit, we're going to build ourselves a little solar farm. Little, I say little, it's going to fill that area easily. But with the nerf to nukes, there's nothing else I can do, right? I have to revert back to solar. Oh, and the other one thing I noticed was time usage. Move this on a bit of blank area. Where are we? Electrical network. It's been up to... So this is the game update. I think I covered this in an earlier episode. Once you get over 16 is when you start losing UPS. And the electrical network gets up to like 4. Which I've never seen it that high when I was just running pure solar bases. Yes, we still have our steam engines. They are still down here. But they're not doing anything because they've got no water, because the water's been turned off. You know, when everything does finalise, well, you can see this has got a constant stream of wood in there, which is being run down through these smelters. And anywhere else we can burn wood. It doesn't actually get used by these at all because they've been off. They've been off forever, actually. I wonder if the oil's over there. I pulled the coal off earlier. Thank God. I'm starting to worry that... Yeah. In fact, that belt dead ends there. So let's remove it. Remove that. Oh, thank you, autosave. Yeah, anytime we do get ore in, we're burning it up on... Well, we're burning coal, burning wood, basically. I will end up powering on, or moving and powering on one of these good old-fashioned boilers just to burn through the fucking timber. Because, I don't know whether you can see it. Where are we? 6.2k timber. Wood is useless. And having the factory automatically burn it sounds like the best way to go. Oh, look, this one's using timber. And the whole... We're still making steel here manually. Even though I have a dedicated steel train, don't I? Yeah, I got a dedicated steel train. But yes, this is also fed by iron to steel via wood power, for lack of a better term, or a new term. Let me turn that one off. Yeah, turn off the F4 menu, JD. That's it. So yeah, we are burning through timber ever so slowly. Yeah, these are fully backed up. Can I build a preference belt here? Not really. There's enough room. Just trying to work out how to build a preference belt so it chews this first to therefore chew through more timber, rather than use these. But alright, whatever. I'll do that between episodes. This one's been a little bit longer than normal, and my throat is killing me, to be honest. But yeah, that's the update. We've got plenty of productivity modules again. Not enough speeds. So yeah, this lot is going nuts, and I've added another one and speed moduled the whole lot because we want modules as fast as possible. Because this is getting to me, really getting to me. And each of these networks has, well, better example is these little networks, has just a few construction bots in it. So the idea is I can come past and I can fill up the storage box with whatever modules we need, right, or whatever beacons, inserters, whatever. Same with all these, right, and walk away, and the bots will slowly place stuff. Because it is Factorio, the idea is to automate everything. So the next automation run is to get red circuits feeding into blue circuits, and both red and blue circuits brought up to the main base, so we can scrap all of that. That's like, you know, let's zoom in far enough. No, top left, bottom right. 450 inserters, 3.2 blue belt. Yeah. There's a shit ton of stuff up here, and that can all go. That can go. That's another 50 inserters. Assemblers. What else? This red and green can go. Another 120 assemblers. So yeah, the idea is to get those two running, get them brought up to our base somehow. I'm running out of spot to park fucking trains. Yeah, I really am running out of spots to park trains. I'm going to have to invent a new spot to park trains. Maybe down even lower. I don't know. One problem at a time. But yeah, the plan is to start bringing in red and blues straight to the main base. At which point I can scrap more of it until we're left with just the intermediates we're not making elsewhere yet, and science. And then we'll have a base that makes the things that we need to make more bases, but nothing else. That's the plan, at least. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to cut it here and go and lie down and die for a little bit longer. I hope you're excusing the man-flu-ness in me. And I really hope, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, if you hit that subscribe button, that really, really helps. We're still hunting the 100 subs mark. Right. We've got 50. We're getting halfway there. And as always, if you like the video, hit the like button, and I will catch you the next one. Alright.